Теперь у нас матч между Ронни Бакстером и Мервином Кингом. Победитель этой пары выходит на Раймонда ван Барневельда.
Referring to them as veterans of the dart circuit. Rocket Ronnie Baxter was in blistering form in his opening round match
Оба игрока из Англии.
with 105.9 average before seeing off Jamie Caven in round 2 yesterday. Caven was 3-0 up in that one, but Ronnie came back to win 6-4. Up against Mervyn King, who saw off Lee Palfreyman 6-0, averaging just over 100 yesterday. Mervyn saying afterwards that he was pleased to get through that game and pleased with how he played because he has had a bad back and has hardly been able to do any practice since Alexandra Palace. So I think however far Mervyn gets this weekend, he'll see that as a bonus, but he's now getting towards the nerve end of the tournament, and as long as his back holds up, I'm sure he will feel that he has as much right as anyone else to get through to tonight's final.
Yes, well, you talk to any of our officials, especially that are at any tournament early. Mervyn King practices more than anyone I know.
Ronnie Baxter. Мервин Кинг не попадает даже 25. Ронни Бакстер начинает. Прозвище Ронни Бакстера The Rocket, что означает ракета. Прозвище Мервина Кинга Кинг, что означает король. Оба игрока участвовали в премьер-лигах. Мервин Кинг даже доходил до финала премьер-лиги. Тогда он в 2009 году вышел в финал. В полуфинале он обыграл Фила Тейлора. В финале уступил Джеймсу Уэйду.
As you might imagine,
140 Baxter.
21 times in fact, Mervyn leading 16-6 with one draw between them. And they met here in Germany last September at Sindelfingen. Mervyn did reach the final of that event before losing to Steve Beaton, but he beat Ronnie in the last 32 rounds. Baxter with a chance to draw first blood with the throw.
Ронни Бакстер не закрывает удвоение 18.
For the double 18, another crack at it with King still back on 176, but King here looking to set up the finish should Baxter be unable to check out on 36.
Which he does. A 16 dart leg.
Ронни Бакстер закрывает удвоение 18. 1-0.
So if you'd have told Mervyn King that he won that with Ronnie had won that with 16 darts, Mervyn would say, well, that's a poor leg. And he kicks off with a good score. Mervyn, a very keen golfer, so with a backache,
без утроения все.
can't get out on that golf course. Mind you, saying that in England at the moment, I don't know any golf course that you can play. It's all underwater.
Yes, you need a canoe to get around, I think. Most of the golf courses in the UK.
I think at the moment I'm a keen fisherman. I
И
go
Бакстер
fishing in
без
my backyard and
отравений.
there's so many big puddles.
But what's the betting? We get a few sunny days in the summer and they're calling for hosepipe bans.
You know that's going to happen. As long as we get a few. If we don't get too many sunny days, I'm off to the sun. Taking my wife and my grandson,
140 Бакстер.
who I have to say, at 20 months old, is an avid dart fan.
Oh, good.
Got his own
Starts
darts.
him young.
Unbelievably how much he loves watching this game. Don't take too much on who he actually likes watching, but
140 Бакстер.
well, Mervyn King was going for ball 25 ball there. Well, this is a big check out for Ronnie Baxter to break the throw, and he's not going to do it, so Mervyn King comes back for 48 to level the score up. And at the moment,
Кинг
the game's
48.
simmering and ready to burst.
Удвоение
Into some
16 и
heavy scoring.
закрывает.
Mervyn King tidies that up.
1-1.
Pretty good.
So the first two legs going with the darts here. And we've been talking about some of the variants of the darts that the players use, and Mervyn's darts here with these notches on the barrel
140 Кинг.
quite different to a lot of the darts we see being thrown this weekend.
Well, the thing about the way Mervyn King's darts are, it's very easy.
140 Бакстер.
To pick the dart up in the same position every time. Because when you're throwing darts quickly, you know, like Ronnie Baxter does with a straight barrel, you're not picking them up exactly the same every time. It's impossible.
И видим, что третий дротик Мервина Кинга попадает во второй.
He can only grip that in the thumb and forefinger, you know, at the back in the same position. And we see Ronnie Baxter's a very straight barrel dart, very consistent the ring, so he could pick it up literally a half an inch further forward on the dart or a half inch back. Where Mervyn King, as we can see there,
140 Кинг.
He took out a number of big out shots in his opening match, did Ronnie Baxter. Yes, Baxter beating
Удвоение 12 Бакстер. Удвоение 6.
wants double six now.
Не закрывает. У Мервина Кинга 50 очков.
well, a massive chance here for King to break the throw. Double 16. Double 16 it is for a break of throw.
Закрывает Мервин Кинг. 2-1.
A double miss from Ronnie Baxter. And now Mervyn King steps up to take the throw and to take a 3-1 lead. And if you ever need a solid leg of darts, Mr. King, this is where you've got to do it. This is where you get control of the match.
Coming up next, it's Robert Thornton against Ian White. And then the third round concludes with Wayne Jones up against Gary Anderson.
180 Кинг.
As Mervyn King notches up his first ton 80 of this match. An advantage King now with that poor visit from Baxter, if he can. Well, that's the second
Снова
time
у
we've seen
Кинга.
that in this match
Третий
so
дротик
far.
втыкается во
Mervyn King
второй.
doing a Robin Hood with his dart sticking in the flight of another one.
The only problem is Robin Hood, I think, one made Marion for doing it. But it hasn't hurt Mervyn King too much, that loose dart. He's still got possibly 6 darts now in front of Baxter, especially now. Well, this is going to set it up absolutely perfect.
Мервин Кинг вышел на окончание. 56.
So yes, Baxter well behind in this leg, And King to go 3-1 up. He wants double four now.
Вдвоение 4. Мервин Кинг закрывает. 3-1.
Well, I said at the start of the leg, you know, he needs a really good solid leg. 14 darts. You're not going to lose many legs if you're throwing first and you clock out like that. A good, tidy leg, experienced leg from Mervyn King.
Yes, Mervyn's won 6 PDC ranking events and reached 3 other major finals. Also reached 2 finals of the Lakeside World Championships whilst with the BDO.
100 очков Мервин Кинг.
And also made it to 2 European Tour finals last year. Can he go all the way here on the opening European Tour event of 2013? 2014, I should say.
Yes, Mervyn, out of them tournaments he's won, he won 2 tour events on the same weekend, the Saturday and the Sunday, which not many players have done that. I mean, that takes a lot of endurance. You know, 8 hours of darts both days, and that was exceptional play from Mervyn.
I've just gone a little bit off the boil this leg, Mervyn, and Baxter will be looking to leave himself with double top when he comes back. So double top then, bring it back to 3-2, double 10. Now back up to double 5.
Вдвоение 5 закрывает.
Finally hits it.
Ронни Бакстер
That
3-2.
won't scare Mervyn because it was on the Baxter throw. Mervyn knows he's just got to hold his throw and he can't lose this match now. Throw level 15s on your throw from here and he'll be in the quarterfinals.
$180 Baxter.
Just grabs the treble with his last dart to stay in front. And now Baxter's going to need 2 of those trebles. And they come down to the 19s. That's what he's done. Knocks that 9 off on the 3rd digit. So now 6 darts from here. Who can do it first? Mervyn King will have the first attempt. He needed
100 очков
another
Мервин
treble
Кинг.
there. Because Mervyn King may only get a dart at the bullseye, but the same ton for Ronnie Baxter gives him a dart at double top. Well, he's going to leave 40, so he's going to have 3 darts at double top. This is a big shot in this game for Mervyn King to hold the throw and to go 2 legs clear again. 54 or the bullseye. Well,
Мервин Кинг
that is brilliant.
закрывает. Удвоение 15. 4-2.
All over the place. What treble do you practice on the most? The treble 20. Then why don't you go for that if you've got to take it out? I like that, Mervyn King. You've just solved an argument for me.
Yes, no messing.
Видим, что Мервин Кинг 100% закрывает на окончании.
2-leg advantage and great start to the 7th leg.
I mean, a lot of players may have gone the bullseye. A lot of players now do go for the treble 18
100 очков
on 90.
Baxter.
But that treble 20 and the 20 is the only route. If you hit the 20, you hit another 20 for the bullseye. The treble 20 gives you the 15s.
Мервин Кинг
It's an absolute no-brainer going that
121. $180 Baxter.
The finding their voices and applauding another ton 80 this afternoon here in the Halle 39 Arena in Hildesheim, northern Germany. Can Ronnie take out a 1-6-1? Won't happen now, but he will have some time to leave himself with a 2-dart finish. With Baxter still back on 198.
Well, certainly put the pressure on. Baxter's only going to get 2 darts.
31 Baxter. Удвоение 8, удвоение 4. Закрывает. 3-4.
And a little bit of a hand pump there from Baxter, which you don't see too often. Now, for me, this is the make or break leg for Ronnie Baxter.
Yes, it's turning into another cracking encounter on this Sunday afternoon. Nip and tuck, and still feel it could go either way.
Not a player that switches very often, and sometimes, you know, when that first dart goes low, go for the open target, but both of these players
Baxter 180.
maximum, and what a time to hit it. You're saying both of these players don't switch very often. They tend to stay on that treble 20. Well, now Mervyn King is switching.
Raymond van Barneveld awaiting the winner of this one in tonight's quarter-final. Barney seeing off Adrian Lewis 6-2 earlier on this afternoon.
Yes, was 2-0 down to Adrian Lewis, and Adrian Lewis was flying at the time. When Adrian Lewis just dipped a little bit, and Barney picked it up and rolled off 6 legs on the trot. Well, he set it up pretty perfect to break the throw of Mervyn King to get it back to parity at 4-all. King, the last 2 legs, just lost that scoring power.
Закрывает Baxter 32. 4-4.
Certainly is in deadly form again, is Baxter on the doubles. Draw us all square at 4 apiece here.
To 40 King.
As we see in his first 2 matches here in Germany against Dimitri van der Berg, the Belgian, the young Belgian. I mean, it was an exceptional game of darts from both players, and possibly the best performance I've seen of Baxter for a good 2 or 3 years. Well, this will help Mervyn King.
180 King.
Now Baxter may get 6 darts from here. He's got to make them count. He's got to set it up. Stand on the 20s. Great darts from Baxter.
140 Baxter. King 121. Тройни 17 не попадает.
Well, can't do it now, so Baxter will be back for 38. Will it be double 19 or 6 double 16?
Well, he's checking himself. Yeah, it is 38, Ronnie. He's going straight forward as well.
Baxter удвоение 19.
Oh, and he's given Mervyn King a chance. Now,
Попал в сектор 19, надо бросать нечетное число. King 64. Удвоение 20 не попадает. Baxter удвоение 8. Удвоение 4. Закрывает. 5-4. Бакстеру осталось выиграть один лэг.
For the first time since taking the opening leg here.
Well, a bad visit from Mervyn lets in Ronnie Baxter to power in a big score. It's Baxter now that's missing. Didn't really punish Mervyn King. So advantage still with King in this leg. Now we're going to see going to a tie break, and well, that's 6 starts without a treble from Mervyn.
Just needing this leg to win, Ronnie Baxter.
100 очков Бакстер.
If he could wrap it up on the king throw, all well and good, but he will have the darts in his hand in the 11th and deciding leg, if needs be, will Ronnie. King down to the highest finish of all, 170. Oh, well. How's your luck, as they say?
Well, I can assure you, Mervyn, they're going.
170 King закроет.
I haven't got to take this 170 out now. But by doing that, he's opened the door for Ronnie Baxter. A 140 from here for Baxter gives him a dart at the bullseye. Oh, all of a sudden, Ronnie's gone AWOL.
Important moment.
Бакстер не уходит на окончание. У Кинга 120.
Treble, a single and the double, all on the 20s. Yes, he wants
Удвоение
double top
20.
Mervyn King for 5 all.
Закрывает Мервин Кинг. 5-5.
Third round match in the German Darts Championship. Ronnie Baxter with the throw. With a place in the quarterfinals against Raymond van Barneveld at stake here.
140.
Well,
Бакстер.
the last 6 darts of the previous leg for Ronnie Baxter were atrocious, but he kicks this one off with a 140.
King.
Mervyn King comes straight back at him.
140.
Make or break in the deciding leg for these two players. And Baxter looks like he's got the form back. Oh, and as I've said that, slides one into the one.
Well, not a time to be hitting 24.
100 очков. Baxter.
And then Baxter hits a bad shot, and Mervyn King follows him, and he followed him with the ton. The answer to that is no. So massive advantage to Ronnie Baxter. He's going to get 6 darts from 180.
Бакстер.
Setting up nicely to leave double top when he comes back for the match, with King still back on 278.
100 очков Кинг. Бакстер. Удвоение 20.
So for the match and a place in the quarter.
Закрывает. Хватило одного дротика.
Continues his good run this weekend.
Ронни Бакстер выигрывает в этом матче. С счетом 6-5.
2:4 lag er in den Legs zurück und am Ende setzt er sich dennoch durch gegen Mervyn King. Ronnie Baxter steht damit im Viertelfinale.
Up against Ian White.
Aber auch nochmal ein Applaus für Mervyn King, der trotz der Rückenprobleme hier nach Hildesheim gekommen ist, um dieses Turnier zu spielen. The King, Mervyn King.